Here on the Fight Laugh Feast Network, I'm King Ginger, where the mercy of the wicked is cruel. And speaking of the mercy of the wicked being cruel, I am live right now with it's Devin. What's your last name, Devin?
Here, I'll give you a good background too.
Okay, Devin, can you hear me at all?
Yeah, absolutely, I can. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Devin, what's your last name, Devin?
Davis.
Devin Davis. I'm here with Devin Davis. We are live right now. Devin is outside of the church Devin is outside of it's GraceLife Church in Alberta, Canada. Just want to make sure I get it right. It's GraceLife Church in Alberta, Canada, where the police police in Canada? What do you call these Nazis?
You know, I'm trying to be loving with them. The people. The people. No, you're good. You're good. You say what you got to say. We are with the. So we have the RCMP here enforcing AHS's health code violations against us. Is the best way to word it.
So RCMP, you said?
Yeah, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, right? So basically, what they do is outside of any like big city jurisdictions, they would come in to help enforce.
You call these
other
Nazis?
These other groups like AHS or say like the I'm trying to be Alberta Gaming and liquor licensing stuff. Like they would help them get access in the building. So this is our federal police force, who is allowing AHS to do this to us. Basically, they get asked, they get presented the evidence, then they go issue the tickets or the fines, and yeah, so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Here at the church, right? So we can all see the two layers of fencing behind me.
So explain for everybody what happened. By the way, if you're watching this right now, please share it. We have to spread this far and wide. This is super important, super critical. This is a major turning point, I think, for sure in Canada. I mean, this isn't going to be a one and done thing for you guys. I think this is the precedent of a lot to come, and we need to share the word. We can't let the church go silent on this issue. So why don't you explain, sort of, just give background on what happened? I guess it was tonight, in the middle of the night, or?
Yeah. So what happened is I got a phone call from someone this morning asking me if I had the contact info for our alternative media source here is Rebel, and the reporter that we've been allowing into our building. Her name's Sheila, and she, you can go look at her videos too, but she just someone asking me if I had contact information for her. So I say, why? Oh, well, I'm looking at the security camera and our alarm went off and they're changing the locks and putting a fence around our church right now. And then he was kind of, very calm and collected. He was like, if you want to go back to bed after you contact her, you can. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I was one of the first people on scene here just to see them setting up their fence, and they're going to have 24-hour security here now. But if you understand what's happening over the last couple of months, we got issued a closure notice a while ago that we've been ignoring, and so I believe that they're within their rights, so to speak, to close it right after.
Oh no, you're breaking up. You said they're within the police. The RCMP is within their rights.
So I'm making sure to do the air quotes, right? So basically, they haven't informed us since James went to jail. We've had the closure like a week or two before that, I think. My details on that might be a little bit foggy, but basically they have not enforced the closure on us. But what just happened yesterday is they announced that we're going back to phase 1 of our opening strategy, which is now a closing strategy, right? But so basically they've closed indoor dining. And so churches were close to 15% over the last couple of months as well. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of scatterbrained here. People are talking to me and stuff.
No problem. If there's anybody you think would have something to say, you feel free to pass it on. But can you give us some shots of the church with the gates on it?
Yeah, for sure. I can, and thankfully our neighbor showed up who has he splits the driveway with us. He showed up and kicked them off his side of the property of the driveway. So now we can walk down the lawn.
What a hero. Yeah.
Secret, he actually goes to our church, but so that may have been strategic, but I'll flip the camera here. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, there we go. We've got our media here, and she's doing her talk right now. But yeah, as you can see, you've got 24-hour security. We know it's 24 hours because they brought in a porta potty. So
are the police being cordial with you, or are they being aggressive with you, or how's the relationship?
No, you know what? We've kind of went over and above to be respectful to law enforcement, and so the guys that have headed up our investigation and case have been very courteous and polite with us. Now, you can go look at an altercation with some of our church leaders with them where we were able to get them to not enter our church last week. That video is awesome, just to show you how we've been conducting ourselves. We have a police officer here, and honestly, if I could just say this to everybody who's listening, you need to pray for this man. There's something going on with him. He is very soft-hearted. He looks distraught sometimes with what he's doing, and so we want his conscience to burn, and for him to turn to Christ, right?
Right.
And and so that guy, keep him in your prayers, because he looks not happy to be here. So we've had an effect.
But the problem is he's there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So I think
we're hoping you guys, he quits his job, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a hard line. I can imagine it's a hard line to walk, where you want to be respectful and nice to them, but you also want to let them know that they need to quit their job immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I definitely agree with that, because now my face is getting out there pretty big now, and I might lose my job too. Really, honestly, I don't know. I work for a pretty large company, and they could.
Don't mention anything about that.
Let's
stay away from that.
There will be no names mentioned. That does not happen, because if I mention the name, it's over for me. But that's for sure. But my point is just basically this has really actually been a really a good experience for everyone, because we're just so willing to lose everything. Now, it's become obvious to me that I'm willing to just lose my job, lose my stuff, right? So lose my worldly possessions. It's been really cool to be confronted with that, and then be okay, let's just keep doing it.
Well, I think that there's enough just with the churches that are open in America and Canada. Well, I guess there's not a lot in Canada, but at least with the churches in America that are still open, I would think that we can rally the support to take care of whatever needs that you guys would need. I think that's how the church should come together. I think the church in the United States and the church in Canada really should be rallied. There should be thousands of people outside of that building right now, and those police should have a much more difficult time doing their job, just doing their jobs, as people Thin Blue Line in America says. They're just doing their jobs.
Right? Exactly. Oh, I think there's a lot of just doing their jobs in Canada too. I think that's a big slogan.
They do it. They do it in America in front of Planned Parenthoods all the time when they come and they're just doing their jobs. We get it.
And do you know what's amazing? So, this is a little off topic. Just forgive me for that. But when it comes to abortion in Canada, the church was so silent on it, and I put myself into that category. And now it's so hard to do any work in front of an abortion clinic in my province. There's only 2 official abortion clinics in the major cities, and they have a 50-meter, we'll go with yards for you guys, but they have essentially a 50-yard buffer around it. And if anyone is even filmed who's entering that 50-meter buffer, they can arrest you. It's tight. It's almost like if they can hear you trying to take people out of the abortion clinic, like saying, don't kill your baby, and you're like 200 meters away, but they can hear you in the buffer zone, I'm pretty sure they can arrest you. The law is wild here. So it's almost impossible to do abortion ministry. And you see the fruit of all that culminating with what's happening here now, right?
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you're watching on Facebook, please share this. Please, we need to get this out. People need to know about this and what's happening. If you're on YouTube, there's only 10 people watching, and I know that's insane because I usually have more people on YouTube watch than on Facebook. So I think YouTube is obviously suppressing the hashtag Free James Coates. So if you're on YouTube, please share this. Comment in the chat just to get the algorithm up a little bit. And then we are on with Devin Davis. Devin Davis is a member of Grace Church, Alberta, and he is witnessing his church being gated, almost like some sort of, like it's been turned into a prison, except you can get out, you can't get in. And there we have a shot of the police officers who are live right now in front of the church. These are police officers that are, quote, just doing their jobs as they're shutting down Christian churches. I really hope their government pay and salary are acceptable, because they're going to have a very hard time standing before God with this sort of thing. It's insane. And like there has to be a point. And I understand the need to be respectful to the police, Devin, and I think you're wise in doing that. But there has to be a point where they need to be called what they are. They are absolutely working for Satan right now. There's no question about
Absolutely.
There's just no question about it that they're working for Satan. They're just doing. I said told someone today they're just doing their job for Satan. Like that's what they're doing. And the police should be in America. I don't know how it works in Canada, but in America, the police are sworn to protect the Constitution. And the reason they're doing that is because they're supposed to actually resist tyranny and reject unlawful orders. And so we don't see a lot of that anymore because, I think a lot of that's the thin blue line stuff that's sort of been going on in the United States. This sort of idea of like this thin blue line that's and they're sort of a sacred job position, police officers. And I think the police officers need to be held accountable to the same accountability we would hold the politicians to. If the politicians are doing something unethical and the police are following those orders, then they're doing something unethical. And you guys are doing good. I personally, I say get out some, just jump the fence. 1776, but I know you guys aren't going to do that. But I think if that were to happen in America, I really honestly would hope that we would see that, because I think there has to be a point where we draw a line and say this is the line that we're willing to die for the sake of our grandchildren and children. But okay, so let me. Has there been any talk of how you guys are going to get access to your church back, or?
Oh yeah.
So not from the church, from the state. I don't want to know y'all's secret plans.
Oh no. There's no secret plan. There's no secret plan here. So the way I talk, right? But it's so basically when I got here this morning and we were talking to police, what they basically said is like, oh no, this is like a good thing, right? Because now you can come to the table with AHS and talk about it and come to a resolution. And it's like the resolution is full compliance. Like what are you talking about, right? Like, and here's the thing: if they want to haggle over percentage numbers, right? Because we're at 15% capacity. If they want to haggle over numbers and be like, well, we'll give you 30%. That would prove that there's no scientific validity behind anything they're doing, right? So they're not going to haggle with us about numbers. We can, like, what is the resolution, right? So that's kind of how it's been worded to us. No, this is good, so that it'll come to a head, and then you guys will be able to sit down with AHS and talk about it. All right, that's literally how it's been. That's literally how the police, and he's just a police officer and he doesn't know everything either. But that's definitely how he worded it. Is like, see you later. As that's how he worded it. It's like great because now you guys can sit down and talk and like I don't know, maybe we'll get some lattes going. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You shouldn't negotiate with terrorists.
He's not a good car salesman. I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
he would not sell any cars.
Yeah, I think what's happening there is absolutely insane. Hey guys, if you're watching this again, if you're watching this, please share this. This is super critical, super important. I think this should be national news. Do you guys have any national news out there? Any film crews?
Yeah, we've got CBC, Global, and they're just standing here, and it's getting bigger and bigger.
Okay.
We've got so Global's like they're national, but like have local things too, right? So you've got Global, CTV, CBC is here, I believe. CBC is obviously our paid state broadcaster. I don't know if you guys know about that. That is amazing. That is an amazing thing that we have is a paid taxpayer funded.
Right? Well, we have PBS.
Okay, this is like
just nobody watches.
But the way this one works, when elections come, the two leftist political parties will literally like bid like, oh, if you vote for us, we'll send this many more millions of funding to the CBC, right? So they literally, the two leftist parties like haggle over, like they go back and forth fighting over how much money they'll send to the state broadcaster. So like, how do they cover that, right? So that's why you don't have a paid state broadcaster with influence, right?
Do you have to have a TV tax like England too?
I would imagine your audience knows that a paid state broadcaster is not good. they seem like those kind of people.
Yeah. North Korea has paid state broadcasters too.
Exactly.
I think I watched a Vice episode just on the one lady that's famous in North Korea.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like, it is funny too, because when we talked to the law enforcement this morning, one of the things he said was like, someone made a comment about our church looking like an internment camp. And his response was, well, we're a long way off from that. And it's like, it doesn't seem like we're a long way off from that. We literally have quarantine hotels in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it starts somewhere. And I believe once you're fast fencing off, churches so that it's congregants can't access it.
Yeah, I'd like to say
how many steps do you have left? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to say that would never happen in America, but I would be completely shocked as of the past 12 months. So
yeah, exactly.
I see this coming. Right? Yeah, this is why I think it's so critical for Americans to pay attention to this and to give you guys support, because this is not far off in America. This is something that could happen tomorrow, and it would totally make sense.
Exactly. If people aren't understanding that this is exactly what like Joe Biden's handlers want, then they're not paying attention yet, right? Because I can't say Joe Biden wants it. He just wants a nap, right?
Right.
And just like as a side note, Canadians are like pretty heavily invested in American politics for some reason. Like we do really pay attention to it. Oh, we're getting some support. Oh, support honks.
Yeah, I've been out at abortion clinics long enough to know that those are good honks.
Yeah, totally, right? It's the laying on it one that, yeah, totally.
Yeah, so well, that's totally good. That's good. I really think, honestly, just anybody that's watching this that might be with where you are, it's Alberta, Canada. Where at in Alberta, Canada is there?
So it's just southwest of Edmonton by about 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard. Actually, this has been a benefit to us. It's kind of hard to explain where we're at because there's a city near Edmonton called Spruce Grove. Our church has a Spruce Grove address, but we're not in Spruce Grove. We're like closer to Edmonton than we are Spruce Grove. So that's been an awesome thing for jurisdiction disputes bylaw, because no one knows what jurisdiction we were on. So that was awesome when it wasn't like a provincial mandate. But yeah, we are just outside of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Okay, so I would say that anybody that's within a day's driving distance of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, should get in their cars and they should drive, and they should just surround your church building, and not leave. And you cannot leave until those gates are down. I really do think this is a drastic moment for the history of your country. In terms of the freedom, one, to be able to preach the gospel and to be able to worship, but just in general, the freedoms of your country, because once they can shut down churches, they can shut down other things too.
Exactly.
And so even unbelievers should be appalled by this. I doubt that's the case. But
I'm sorry to do this to you. There's just someone here. I need her to text my wife.
Hey, man, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Okay.
Did you have to go?
Oh, no, I don't need to go. All I need to do is I just want my wife to send your live stream through the Freak James Coates page on Facebook.
Yeah. I'm gonna go full screen for a minute, and you handle that. I'll talk, and then okay. I'll bring you back on when you're ready. Sure. Yeah. So guys, as you guys can see, this stuff is happening. And just tell her to let me mute him real quick, just to be
find Marcus Pittman's live feed.
So I think he's muted. No, I muted myself. But anyways, guys, I just want to make sure that you guys are sharing this video. We're keeping everything in touch. Devin, can you mute your microphone on your thing while you do that real quick for me? I don't know if people can hear it, but I can. So, okay, guys, real quick. We are talking to Devin Davis. He is a member of Grace Church in Alberta, Canada, and his church is surrounded by gates. The police came in. The Canadian Royal Canadian Mounted Patrol, I guess is what they are. They came in and they took gates and they built a gate around his church to keep his people from worshiping. This is serious. Like I can't express how serious this is. This is a massive problem. This needs to be shared. This needs to be put out there. This needs to be sent out there. Everything about this is a absolute disaster. And the police are supporting this, whether you want to admit it or not. The police are supporting this, and they're not just doing their jobs. They're defying what Scripture says. And we'll go back to Devin. I think he's ready.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem, man.
I just wanted to get it through that because I actually had 250 people watching my live stream earlier, which was impressive because I've never live streamed a thing in my life.
Well, dude, I appreciate you sharing it for us.
We now have people singing hymns.
Okay, can you take us to that? Just take
absolutely.
us to that. I won't say anything. I just want to hear it. Let's all hear it. Flip.
I'm not sure.
Just flip it like that. It's fine. Just keep it straight.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, just keep it right there where it is. It's fine.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
So,
yeah, that is really awesome to hear. There's your video back.
I am not sure what happened in my video here. It's like
no, you had it right. Go back to what it was.
Like this?
Yep, there you go.
Okay, finally adjusted up.
So, oh,
And
now it's
just
back.
worthless.
There we go.
I swear I'm
Your
computer literate.
gyroscope is wonky, man.
It's got maybe the deep state's scrambling my system.
they've messed with your accelerometer. Just keep it like that. It's fine.
That's great for you.
Yep,
Okay.
that works. So I can actually fix that
Okay.
and make it a little better too. So, but I just want to you're good right there.
I'm sorry. It's like it's completely opposite to what it's supposed to be, so it's messing with me hard.
No, it's no problem, man. So first off, it's awesome to see people actually there that are there are people there that are actually worshiping as a result of this. That's really impressive and amazing to see and exciting to see, because
we had. Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, I think like this needs to be pointed out that the government is not going to shut down the worship of God because they put a gate around your church.
Correct.
Like that's just like your church doesn't exist at that building. Although it is nice to have that building, but by shutting down that building, they're sending a different message, which is we don't want your God in our country. But that's just not going to happen.
That's how it feels. Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like, they tried to cut. Like they thought that like our pastor was some sort of ringleader, so they arrested him, right? And that didn't work. Right? They tried to ticket us. It's like they tried to ticket him before that. That didn't work. They issued us a closure notice. That didn't work. And they're about to find out that like closing the building is not going to work. There's literally more people showing up as I'm talking. We're parked all down the road. It's mayhem. And you know, like obviously it was impromptu, and so lots of people are at work and can't just leave. But I bet you if this happened on if they would have done this on a Saturday, it'd be pretty chaotic down here, I bet. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, that's why they didn't do it on a Saturday. But I think it's going to get more chaotic for you guys. I think there's going to be there's probably people driving hours now to be with you guys right now.
I think it's the exact same thing as the arrest. We had people driving from all over the place. There were people sleeping in the parking lot of the jail when James got arrested, right? So like,
right.
It's
an amazing thing with modern technology right now. The fact that I'm 14 hours away in Idaho and I'm messaging you on video live, getting those updates. People are actually get to see the futility of the government shutting down the church, and that's why it's so important for you guys to not surrender. Because you guys have this national platform, international platform now, and it's a great example to see the futility of these people trying to shut down the growth of the kingdom of God. Like that's just not going to happen. And so it's awesome. It's really, and that's actually, you guys are a lot more encouraging than it is discouraging, I would say. And it's tremendous to watch. It's a great.
We're all trying to be positive and not in like some weird, word of faith way or something. It's just like they can take the building. It doesn't matter. Hey, just for all your viewers, my base, I forgot it this week. It's now trapped in the building. It's a very sad day for my base. But
what's trapped in the building?
My bass guitar, man.
Oh, no.
It's over. They got it. Government property.
Guitar.
Just one. I have more. That's good. We're trying to be encouraging. There's people coming who are not believers. There's people coming down here who are not believers who are supporting us, and we are getting to evangelize them. The evangelism is coming to us. It is the ironies for the world, right? They keep pushing, and this is like a good argument for your post-mill platform, but they just keep pushing and we keep growing, right?
for my post-mill right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not post-mill.
Well, you might be after you see what happens when the church gets persecuted.
It looks like we're going in that direction, right? But it looks like we're proving your point for you. We've got so many people showing up here. like just slowly, they just keep slowly showing up, and non-Christians, and we're talking to them, we're evangelizing them. I've got non-Christians watching my live stream, and I'm just fully preaching the gospel to these people watching this live stream.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like they can't stop it, man. Like literally, because of this, if you look at Philippians 1, when it talks about Paul's arrest causing people to become bold, that's exactly what happened. I'm literally open air preaching off the back of my truck at rallies. I never would have done that. Never would have done that. And here we are. Here we are doing that kind of stuff. So they put the thumb on us. We were lethargic. We were apathetic. And now they're literally bringing unbelievers to us to evangelize them. It's the best. Right? Like, it's wild. Right? I can't complain.
Yeah, man. Well, this is really, it's really incredible, really great to see. It's really exciting. I think you guys are, well, let's do this. Give us some shots. Well, you're pretty far away from the building now, but give us some wide shots of the.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to, oh man, hopefully when I flip it, maybe it'll go back to normal.
Yeah.
Come on. How's that? Is that right for you guys?
It's good. We can see it, man. Yeah. You hold it like that. We're good. So
yeah.
that is how many members do you guys have, Grace Alberta?
So I believe our members, and I'm not sure when it comes to like children and stuff, like we used to have about 250 regular attenders, and then a large portion of that would have been members in good standing. Currently, what's been happening though over the last several weeks since the arrest is that now we have like 600 people coming on a regular basis, with overflow in the parking lot. So literally we set up speakers outside every week, and there's like 30 or 40 more people. So, it really could be getting close to the 700 number, has been coming every week. It's been wild. And some of these people are non-believers off the street that are like, I just want to go support you guys. And then they get to hear the gospel. Our sermons have been so evangelistic because we know we're filled with unbelievers now. Right. So I'm not sure, it almost seems like a different time in the past, right? Like it seems so far away where we just had 200 and some people showing up doing normal things, right?
Right. I mean, I think the same is true. I saw a photo of Apologia Church the other day, and the entire stage was filled with new members. I know here at Christ Church we've had tons of new members. So I think the again, like the more churches that shut down out of fear of the government, the better it is for the churches with actual backbone that can really just they're really just crushing this. This is really amazing to see such. It's a unique time in history, because if you think about it, like there's never been a time where the persecution of the church could be filmed 24/7 a day like this to everybody in the world. This is a very unique moment in history, and this is the first time I would say that we're really seeing this, where first world developed countries are doing this after mistakenly having cell phone coverage and live stream coverage and Facebook and social media. This is a really incredible opportunity that we have. It's exciting. It's awful, but it's also exciting to see, because there's no way that the gospel suffers one bit from this, and the futility of the government in pushing this we have, like the Bible says that God laughs at the wicked, and I think this is a good example of laughing at the wicked, because this is the dumbest idea to stop a church or a meeting.
I cannot believe that after they saw what happened to us, and like the effect that it had for people coming and bringing people to us, and the public outcry has been ridiculous. There's obviously a couple loud people on Facebook that make it look like they have more support than they do, but but really, like, I can't believe that they went to this level, knowing how poorly the backlash, like knowing how bad the backlash has already been with all the things they've done to it.
Yeah, real quick, those guys with the mask on that are talking to those people, what's going on? Are they police?
No, okay, so you've got police by them. I believe those are AHS. AHS employees.
Can you kind of just get close? You don't have to say anything. Just get close.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I'm not totally sure. Although they might be some other kind of unmarked investigator. I don't know. Although they do look familiar. They may have been at one of our rallies earlier, so they were walking around because they've got steel toe boots on.
Okay.
And so I'm not sure who they are, actually. I can't make a call. Oh.
Well, yeah, she's in. Careful, look out.
Watch behind you.
Look out behind you.
Oh, we've got police coming in here. Yeah, they're just bringing it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not exactly. Well, I mean, maybe they are kind of worried about a mob knocking over all the fences. I don't know. There's more police.
They should be.
I mean, at least
on Sunday. Just come here on Sunday.
Well, yeah. Sorry, someone's talking to me. Yeah, that'll be no. That's okay. There will be our elders are going to come up with a plan to meet. I'm sure. I don't know what that plan will be. But that's not going to stop us. We're not. I'm going to be meeting with Christians on Sunday. That's going to happen, right?
Right. Oh yeah, 100%.
Right? I mean, it's happening. It actually never stopped us, even for the live stream. When we actually did do the live stream for a couple months at the start, we had a full house every week because everyone wanted to come. Right, like everyone wanted to come to my house just to watch church at my house, right? So we always had packed attendance, even if it was in a house,
Yeah, it's really really impressive, and you guys are. My hope is that what's happening with you guys are going to force a lot of churches to open up in America too, and maybe in other countries too. I imagine that we'll see that in. Maybe the non-English speaking countries, which we don't really get a lot of their attention on social much. But I imagine that this is not the only place in the world that this is happening right now. But I do believe it's one of the first times, at least I know of, in church history, where this has happened with the ability to broadcast it to such a degree as we can now. And man, that is foolish. And it's funny they're doing this because we've experienced this here in Moscow, Idaho, where the government sort of retaliates because they get bad press and they try to make things worse, and it only makes it worse for them every time. So there's the problem the government is having now is when they don't have control of the media. They're not able to control the narrative or people's opinions of what they're doing. And we see that, I know Moscow city of Moscow, for example, has a very, very tiny media platform that nobody really cares about or watches. And then, with like Fight Laugh Feast Network and all these other organizations that are within Moscow, are able to broadcast their evil doings way more than they're able to even control the narrative of what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's literally turning everybody into like a guerrilla journalist. Like, I'm just some dude with a
well, we have to be. Yeah, we have to be guerrilla journalists at this point.
And what I realized even this morning was, like, I started a live feed from my personal Facebook, and I was like, wait, I have a Facebook page with 1,000 followers on it. What am I doing? Not utilizing it. So I switched over, and it works, right?
Right.
now I'm talking to you, right? It's speaking of guerrilla journalism, like, there's actually a town like way northern Alberta, so like they still have snow up there. Like, it's 7 hours north.
Right.
They're a Mennonite colony town. they have no restrictions in place. The only place that wears masks, the only place you have to wear masks is at the post office because it's the Canada Post, right? So it's federal. So they're forcing people to wear masks there. But literally just a while ago, they just decided to pack it all up, stop doing it, and the government has done nothing to them about it. It's called Lacrete, Alberta. I'm actually thinking about driving there and live streaming from Lacrete because it's I just want to see all the normalcy. There'll be a lot of head coverings, but other than that, it'll be way more normal than here. You know what I mean? I'll take the head coverings at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's good to see. I'm telling you, man. There's also, it's really encouraging. One, to see. Somebody said it's really encouraging to see kids just playing in the midst of this.
Oh yeah,
you know, like how beautiful of an image that is. Look at them
taking that dirt mound to task, man.
Yeah, taking dominion over the dirt. Yeah, that's fantastic. What a picture! Like that's And yeah, so I mean, and then also too, just to see people out there. They're not just out there. They're out there without masks.
Yeah.
What a great picture that is as well.
Taking dominion over McDonald's too, bro. Check it out.
Is that a wagon filled with McDonald's?
Oh, wagon filled with McDonald's.
Glory.
Like, this is the thing, right? There's like 200 people that are members here, and we have people working in law enforcement. We have people working in the medical field. We have wealthy business owners. Like they don't understand the penetration of all our people, like in all the influence we're in. They have no concept. Like, oh, you lost your job? We'll pay for your mortgage for 3 months. Like that's literally the stuff that's going to be happening here, and that's just from people from our church. That's not even talking about you guys, like you said, about rallying support. That GoFundMe support started for James had like $40,000 in it last time I checked. I have no idea what's in it, but you know what I'm saying? Like our church alone would look at, like our church body would look after us ourselves. But
yeah. Take some questions. We'll take some questions in the chat. Someone's asking, what can people from Toronto or other parts of Canada do to help you guys?
Well, if they're in Toronto,
it's pretty far away.
I don't even want them to worry about us. They need to worry about opening their own church buildings.
That's a great answer. Yeah.
They're on full tilt lockdown there, like severe. Like we had that barbecue that got taken down where like they had like police on horses show up and stuff. Like they're the Eastern Canada, like Quebec and Toronto, you've got like police takedowns of peaceful protesters for not wearing masks. So like we need to be praying for the Christians in Toronto, man, because if they try to open their churches, they're probably going to be they might have physical repercussions immediately.
Yeah, this guy says his church is open. So
oh really?
Yeah. So it's good, but many aren't. Yeah, I heard that it was probably maybe 60 churches in Toronto or Ontario that have remained open, or just it's a very tiny number. When you think, I mean, any city that only 60 churches are open in the United States would be insane.
Well, yeah, you got to know, Toronto is like I believe it's still our biggest city, right?
Right.
That's the one that all the Americans ask. Oh, is that near Toronto? When you when you go to T3 or something, they're like, oh, Canada, is Alberta near Toronto? You go, no, it's not. It's very far. Right?
Well, I was talking to somebody. I was talking to somebody. He said he was in Alberta, and I was like, "Well, how long is it going to take you to get to the church?" And he said 5 hours. And I was like, man. "Well, it's huge."
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You got to remember the way our provinces are split up. Like Alberta is a massive landmass with only 4.5 million people in it, right?
Right.
Something like that. Like we're a massive we're a massive land body, I guess is the way to put it. Right. So there's people that it seems like they're close by, but really they're not at all, right? But yeah, we've got it's funny because all the standard like freedom type fighter people are here. There's this barber shop, and her her uncle was one of the premiers of Alberta. That was like, he was like a rock solid, like full freedom, low taxes. We actually had a surplus in our provincial bank account when he was in charge. And what she did was, when she had her barbershop shut down, she actually turned into a dog grooming place because they were allowed, and she just had to have all her people self-identify as dogs.
Right.
Which was like just awesome, right? We've got a fitness center that is saying that they're going to stay open where I live, and they're actually now selling the equipment, and you can trial it. So we're like, people are coming up with their hilarious loopholes, stuff like that, right? Like, there's restaurants that are now saying like, we are staying open, right? Because restrictions for restaurants come in at 12 o'clock noon on Friday, and there's already like, I put it out there like, any restaurant staying open, like, we'll be there. And I had like 30 comments or something saying, yeah, we'll be there too, right? So you have massive support for anything that's anti-lockdown. Massive. It's ridiculous.
Right. Well, that is fantastic. By the way, if you guys are watching right now, just be sure to share this. We are live with Devin Davis from Alberta, Canada, GraceLife Church. He is a member there, and the church is surrounded by gates. It is like the United States-Mexico border. And, unfortunately, it's not keeping the gospel out. It's not going to happen. But we're seeing just people gather and worship and sing hymns. We're seeing people bring wagons full of McDonald's food. It's definitely a different time. Here we see police officers that are lined up, and it's important to remember. We talked about this beforehand. These police officers are in danger of hell right now. It's not a matter of them just doing their job. It's not a matter of them, just trying to follow orders. There comes a time, and this is a great example. There comes a time where Romans 13 is not applicable, no matter how you try to twist it. This is a pure defiance of the covenantal structures of church and state, and this is a state taking over the church covenant. It's a very, very frightening thing to see, and these police officers need to leave. They need to say, you know what, this is stupid, and they need to leave. And so I think we need to pray for them that God changes their heart and that they turn against the government. I think that is what we really need to see right now. What really needs to take place is just, courage. The Bible says that cowards will have their part in the lake of fire. And any officer that doesn't agree with this, but is too much of a coward to stand up and to come on the side of the church it's a dangerous thing to stand before God with cowardice in your heart. And so, but how many police officers are out there, man?
Okay, well, some of them are Paladin security guys, and so let me see if I can get a count here. There's 2, 4, 6. There's probably there's at least 10 RCMP officers on site, but they're also like on the roads at all the intersections down the street, a couple miles. They're on every corner. Like we've got a detachment of RCMP officers here. I don't know how many work at a time, but it's a lot. Like there's a lot of police here.
Right. That's right. So
it's probably at least 20 involved right now, I would imagine, based on what's going on with the street corners and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. Thankfully, I haven't had to witness a church church closure, because Apologia Church stayed open the entire time. They did the hand washing before communion is pretty much about all they did. And then the church that we were meeting at closed. And then we immediately found a different church that would let us worship, and it was like 45 minutes away, and everybody drove 45 minutes away. And actually, the funny thing about that is I think because we moved so far away during that time period, I think we actually gained a bunch of members that heard about us in that area that would have never drove to where the church was, but now they are. Even though they were back in the old building. I think some of those guys are still members of the church now, and so you see all these churches that are just exploding as a result of this. I think I remember Grace to You had to have like tents outside because there are just so many people, and so we're seeing. Really, it's interesting because, like I said, like it's unprecedented in the fact that it can be broadcasted internationally, and at the same time, people are they have the ability to travel long distances, like in history they've never had before. They don't have to walk to church and stuff like that. So it's just a really amazing, interesting time, and these police officers that are just out there just doing their jobs is. Really, we have to draw a line. When we talk about the responsibility of police officers, this is not okay. It's not okay what these officers are doing. What is the yellow and blue the Royal Canadian Mounted Police? What is the yellow and blue on that car?
That one that I'm on, that's a private security company, and then they'll be being paid to like just sit here forever, I guess. I'm not sure.
So the government. So the government. What is the name? What's the name of that company?
That's Paladin Security.
Paladin Security. Everybody should actually contact Paladin Security right now, because if that's a private company, I think that's a key strategy. Contact Paladin Security.
I have more information. Then there's another company that is a private company that took a government contract to do this to us, and that is
to do the gate. To do the gates.
That company's called Fast Fence. I believe it's one word. Call them too.
Okay, Fast Fence and Paladin Security in Canada. I think Fast Fence. That's international. That's in America too.
Okay.
I've heard of them. Let me just do a quick Google check real quick on Fast Fence.
Fast Fence is like the Kleenex of tissue companies around here, right? Like you say Fast Fence when you're erecting mobile fence, even if it's not that company. Like they're massive in my area, at least. Like we don't use
Fast Fence Ltd. in British Columbia, Canada.
Okay, so that might be their head office or something. I'm not sure.
Okay, well let's just look. Somebody find out. I'm sure the chat can. They have superpowers like that. So Fast Fence and Paladin Security in Alberta. Let's get their contact information. Make sure it's accurate before you post it in the chat. But let's definitely make sure. We need to contact them. Those companies right away. They need to be. They need to be held accountable. And if you do a business, and you use any of their services, you need to make sure that you immediately get rid of their contracts, because I think that's going to be really important and crucial. So Fast Fence, FASTFENCE, and Paladin, PALADIN Security. They're both located in Alberta. They need to be contacted. If you're in Canada, that's something you for sure can do as a Canadian citizen. Call them up. If you're in America, call them up and say, what is going on with your company? Yeah, why is your company contracting to this? And if you come up with it, so Fast Fence are the ones that put the gates around the church.
They would have been the ones contracted to put up the gates. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody says Fast Fence. There's a lot. There's a lot of them. Fastfence.ca seems to be the Canadian Fast Fence.
If you were going to phone call, my guess would be like, look up Fast Fence Edmonton, Alberta. That would be...
Yeah, let's call the one locally in Edmonton, Alberta.
That's going to be...
And because if they're all over, they might... It's going to be way more impactful to do it locally.
So I just wanted to point this out, that we are also being filmed because like we have a crowd, and we're only allowed outdoor gatherings of 11 people or whatever, or 10 or something. I can't remember. Right, so they're filming us, but if they're all together, I would imagine that I would imagine that they'd count as an outdoor gathering too. I don't know what the limit is on like distance from each other, but I believe the police have more than 11 here under their care, so you would think that would be not allowed at this point. Right?
Christian, I don't know how to say your last name, Christian Waquez gave an address to the place, but what we need is the phone number for them in Edmonton, Alberta. If you could make sure you give me that phone number, and I'll check it before I broadcast it. But so the fast fence, like we have to hold these businesses accountable for sure. Fastfence.ca, and then if you click on the link, it takes you to let's see, fastfence.ca.
Sorry about my camera.
No problem, man. I'm just working to make sure we got this information. There's one in Toronto, but the Edmonton phone number I'm still looking for. So, okay, is 780 in Alberta?
I'm gonna make. I want to bring this up. Can you repeat that for me?
I saw the paddy wagons are down there.
Are you okay with me putting my camera on you for a second?
I don't care.
Okay.
So the paddy wagons were down there this morning early at 7:30. Just a van, and then when they, we didn't know if they were police. When I went back later, they were still there, but they were laying back in their seat. It was police. K something, or K22 or something. And then when we came back, there's a new van. That one was here.
Oh, wow.
A different one there. And one of our members walked or drove by after we had come, and they were at the back of the vehicle taking their guns out.
Oh, wow.
And their guns, and then putting them back into their car.
Okay. So maybe they're just making sure they had enough bullets for the crowd. Maybe. Yeah. So so hopefully you guys heard that. Just,
let me ask her. Is she saying that they were loading up their guns?
That's what it looked like. It looked like they were loading up their guns and getting them all ready. And for what reason, I don't know. Because then they put them back in their vehicles, and they were getting in and out of the vehicle.
Well, we are around a bunch, right? All the hymn singing. I mean, you know.
And Canada doesn't have private citizen guns. You can't have a gun as a private citizen, right?
Yeah, we can't defend ourselves. They would just if police wanted to use guns on us, which is rare anyway. None of us have any way of defending ourselves currently. Like that's 100% sure. And that's the one thing I was going to say about apology is like Arizona has guns.
It would be. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I know. Trust me, I know. I've been to Georgia, and just like getting to walk around and like seeing like a dude on a street bike hop off with a handgun in his jeans was just like, I was like, wow, like God bless America, you know?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of different numbers. That was Paladin. Okay, so Edmonton, area code 780, right? That is that you guys?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Okay, so 780-448-0715. 780-448-0715. That's for Fast Fence in Edmonton. And according to Google, Paladin's phone number is 780-413-9000. If you guys give me 1 second, that needs to be put up on the screen, so I'm going to make a graphic for that really quickly, because that seems pretty critical.
Yeah, no, thank you for doing that. That's a really good idea. I didn't even just putting it up there, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to put that on the screen so we have that immediately. And then are you there?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah. I just stopped because you were still talking there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, I heard you mention Romans 13, which I don't know. Like you probably have seen the sermon from February 14th from our church because it got a lot of views. And if you haven't, I would go check it out because our pastor's like exegesis of that section of scripture. It was important to understand that I don't think Romans 13 is just something that's not in effect. It's also explaining what the role of the government is, which I know you know that, and I know that your average listener is definitely going to be on the same page with that. But if you haven't listened to those sermons from that time period, from December 17th or 20th to February 14th, those ones would all be really good ones for everyone to listen to because it's all been about how the church or God's people in general has always been supposed to act in accordance with the government. And I think he did a really good job. I think you guys would agree with a lot of what he said.
Yeah, so, I think I might have heard that sermon. But yeah, I think Pastor James has been really crushing it lately, and I think God raises up the right people to go through these trials. He knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to these sort of situations. So I think Pastor Coates has been incredible through all of this, and I think you guys are really blessed to have him as a pastor for sure.
Absolutely.
So let me. I am in the process of getting this graphic up for everybody. So give me one second.
Oh yeah, for sure. Can I talk while you're doing that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. So something else to think about with Pastor James is that they made sure to arrest a master's seminary graduate who also has like a doctorate in ministry, basically from Steve Lawson, right? And so they took that kind of preacher and sent him into a jail. And I mean, I wish I could. I don't know how much I can talk about some of the stories from inside, but he had just a profound effect on the inmates there. And he's talked about it publicly about when he left, all the cellmates in his pod were like rattling their doors at him in support. And the chaplain said he's never seen anything like that before in his life. So, like, even when they sent him in there and he was giving encouragement to the chaplain, do you know what I mean? Like, they arrested the wrong dude. Like, God had the right dude arrested, but the government arrested the wrong dude. You know?
Right. So I put the number up. To Paladin. Paladin is a security company, guys. If you guys are watching, Paladin is a private security company. You can see the car there. They're the private security company. Go back just a little bit the other way, and give me a shot of that security company car.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
sorry.
Yep.
I could probably...
So Paladin Security. Yeah, here we go. Let's make sure we get the evidence that is true. Yeah. Paladin Security. That is there a number on the car too?
There is. That's the emergency response number. So.
Okay. Well, no, let's not do that. So I put their corporate office number. Paladin's phone number is 780-413-9000. 780-413-9000. It is imperative that you call them right away. That you contact them, and we figure out. We tell them that they need to stop. And they need to cancel this contract with the police. The other number is Fast Fence in Edmonton. That's 780-448-0715. 780-448-0715. Fast Fence is the name of the company that put up the fences around a church to keep people out. These are two companies that must immediately be held accountable with dollars. And any contracts that companies have need to be taken. It needs to be held. They need to be held accountable. So
yeah. Oh.
So it's really incredible to see that.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. Like, honestly, like the amount of people that I'm seeing here is pretty amazing for what it is, right? Like I've lost track. I'm off work right now. Like, I'm on vacation, thankfully. God is sovereign. But like for a normal workday week, like, this is mind blowing. Now that we know that this is going on and everyone wants to come stand around here, I can't imagine that this private property won't be a rallying point now.
Right.
Like
the
one beside the church, right? Like, I can't see it not being. I can't see, look at this, wearing a Lamb of God hoodie. Gonna have to talk to.
Yeah, go ahead and talk to whoever you want, man. Interview people. That's great content.
Okay. Sorry, I finally got my McDonald's wagon showed up, so I'm just.
All right, hey man, enjoy that McDonald's. Don't leave. What I want to do is I want to actually try to call. I want to see if I can actually call this number from my computer. but I think Google Voice disabled the
Opening voice.
No, I didn't want you to open voice, Google. Thank you. They disabled the ability to do a phone call through Google Voice. So, what'd you say? Wow, about Devin?
Just that the phone calls were disabled. Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh no, it's through email.
I'm live with someone in the States right now. This is my camera is all messed up, so I'm trying to get you in the shot. This is Blades to Fades barbershop. She has been fighting stuff in Canada since the beginning, I believe. She's here already. That does not surprise me. Thank you for coming. I'm not sure what the plan is.
Communism right here, right? This is government overreach.
For sure.
So they have not shut down barbershops again, right?
No. I mean, we wouldn't be shutting down anyway, right?
Well, exactly, but like they're not even. It's weird because I have this thing in the back of my mind that the reason that they didn't go after barbershops is because of this lady specifically. That I think that's true. I can't verify, but
She's gotten a lot of wins.
we have a. Oh wow, we've got a guy pulling a truck with a sign on.
Make sure you get a shot of that. Go
unlock.
close.
Oh man, I'm so sorry about my camera. I can't.
Yeah, just go up close.
Yeah. It says unlock GraceLife Church. God keep our land glorious and free, which is obviously from our national anthem. Not really worried about that too much personally, but unlock GraceLife Church. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
So that's probably the new hashtag.
Unlock GraceLife. Hashtag unlock GraceLife. Here we go.
Might as well be, right?
Right, that's right. Yeah.
I might be pumping out shirts in the kitchen again.
Hashtag unlock GraceLife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use it. Yeah, that's awesome. So
I guess that's fun.
So yeah, it's great. Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if I can I want to call them on the stream while we're here. Everybody's telling me to call live on the air, so let's call Paladin.
That would be pretty.
Let's call Paladin first. I think Google Voice will let me do that.
Marcus. Come on. So my friend Justin here, he's not here because he thought there was a gym. He is also a congregant.
Hey, I think it's working. Hold on.
He's calling. He's not listening to me.
Good afternoon, Paladin Security. Morgan speaking.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yes?
Yes, Paladin. Hey, Devin, can you just mute your mic for me a second? Hey, I was just calling because it seems like you guys are outside of Grace Church, and we were just wondering why your security agreed to take the contract from the state to shut down a church and to keep people out.
Unfortunately, I am unable to provide further details, but I can direct you to the executive director of AHS.
Let's do that. Can you just you're live on the air right now, but if you could give me a number that would be acceptable for the public to contact, that would be appreciative.
Yeah, so his name is Kerry Williamson, and his phone number is 780-905-5890.
780-905 what?
5890.
5890, and that's Kerry. How do you spell that?
Kerry, Kerry.
Williamson.
Williamson, yep.
Okay. Thank you for that. We really appreciate that, but we would ask you that you hold the business you work for accountable and sort of, shutting down people from church. Like, that's not acceptable, and you're going to be held accountable for God one day for, even the companies you work for. So I would ask that you do that. Keep that in mind.
Thank you for the call. I am unable to further comment, and I appreciate the time you've taken to speak on this.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, that number is 780-905-5890. I believe I got that right. The chat can correct me if they heard it. It's 780-905-5890, and the person to talk to is Kerry Williamson. I'm just going to go ahead and put that phone call in right now. We might as well, right? Let's go ahead and call Kerry Williamson.
Real quick, I'm gonna get the phone number for the premier here,
Okay.
and after that, we can start giving out
Hello,
that
you've
number.
reached Kerry Williamson of Alberta Health Services
I'm gonna mute again
Communications.
about your phone
Leave me a
call.
message or send me a text, and I'll get right back to you. Thanks.
Okay, that was Kerry Williamson. I got the voicemail. You guys can leave a voicemail. You guys can go ahead and do that. I won't tie up his line because I feel like you guys can do that. He's probably got his phone off right now. But yeah, 780-905-5890. That's Kerry Williamson. So there we go. That's the number. And then let's do the other one was that was Paladin Security. So let's do Fast Fence. Fast Fence. I'm getting that number. Scrolling up in the comments to get it again. Yeah, it's on the live stream, isn't it? I don't need that. Let's see. 780-448-0715.
Hey, no, hold up. I'm gonna give him the number. Okay. Hey, so are you on the phone?
Yeah. Just mute your mic real quick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Hello. Is this Fast Fence in Edmonton?
No, it isn't.
I'm
You've got the wrong number.
I'm sorry. That's what it comes. Is this Fast Fence at all?
No. Thank you. I've got another call coming in. Bye.
Yeah. Everything on Google points to that number being the number. And even when I called it, Google told me that was Fast Fence. So I don't know if they're just saying that.
That very well could be the case.
Yeah.
Hey,
so everything's coming up as that number, but until somebody can maybe verify if that's a number or not, I'm going to take it off just until we know for sure.
I do have another number for you, Marcus.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me.
Yeah, no problem. He's got people.
I believe everything on the internet points to that number being Fast Fence, so I'm not entirely 100% positive she was telling the truth, but I don't want to take any chances, so until we get that verified for sure. 1 second. All right, Devin, go ahead.
Okay, so we've got the number, the office number for the Premier of Alberta.
What is that for us Americans?
Sorry, he's kind of like the governor, but it's not exactly the same. He's elected in the legislature, so in the same way that we elect parliamentary officials. So he is the leader of the ruling party in Alberta. So he's the guy. He's the head of the province.
Okay. Yeah, so let's get that number, and that way the chat can write that down.
All right, let's see it. This one right here. Okay, so his office number is 780-427-2251.
All right, say that one more time. 780.
780-427-2251.
780-427-2251. That is the number to that's your government official, essentially, right?
That is our government. That is the head of Alberta. That is like calling the governor's office.
Okay, that's okay, great. Okay, so that number 780-427-2251 will get you in contact with the Premier of Alberta. By the way, the chat is saying that they verified that number and she is lying. And if you call as a customer, which if that's true, that's more. That's even worse.
that was Fast Fence number.
Yeah, I don't know if you're able to hear the phone call. I don't think it routes to you, but we called. We called Fast Fence, and they said that this is not Fast Fence. When even the Google caller ID said it was Fast Fence. So
they obviously got 800 calls at once. Wow, hey. Thanks Thank you, community. Thank you.
Yeah. Until I that is incredible. The Alberta premiere is 780-427-2251. And people are somebody is telling me that Carrie Williamson works for Alberta Health Services, not Paladin.
Oh.
And they linked me to the LinkedIn page.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if I can put that in here. This is her LinkedIn page. Whoops, I might have to shrink the window a little bit. So this is the LinkedIn page, and then Carrie Williamson, Executive Director at Issues Management of Alberta Health Services. So that is not the number to their supervisor. Man, your companies they're just in it. Like, that's insane.
Well, you got to remember, right? There are large government contracts, because it's not just our healthcare that's pretty socialized, right? You have a lot of socialized, like construction contracts, stuff like that, right? And I don't know the big details on that, but like, at the top of the game, because there's so many companies that they're private but they're funded publicly, and all this weird crossover that these private companies, like a fence company, even when they're not working for the government, a lot of the time they are inadvertently working for the government, right? So they're in it. You're right.
Yeah. Especially in a socialist country like Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
no, it's democratic socialism, remember?
Well, yeah, well,
we voted for it.
Whatever. Yeah, right.
We voted for it.
You voted for it. That's true. So are we. So
yeah. We're getting there.
So the fast fence Edmonton. Somebody said the truck had fast fence on it. Maybe there's a number on the truck that we could verify. I don't know what truck they were referring to.
Okay. You know what? I did film their logo earlier when one of their trucks was leaving, so it would be in that original video on my personal.
Okay, when they left. Got it.
So you might be able to get that, but yeah, fast fence is now gone. And it doesn't look like any of their signage is available for me to look at. So I don't know if I can get the number from the signage.
Yeah, the chat is saying I should call someone back. You want me to call the person from Paladin back? And figure out the actual name of a contact, not a health official.
Yeah, that's super weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, they gave me Carrie Williamson's number, who is a health official, and not.
That's a great call too, I'm sure, but.
She gave her. So we called. Yeah, we called Paladin. Paladin said you need to speak to our executive director or whoever, whatever they called it. And it turned out that after people Googled their name in the chat, that she did not work with Paladin, but she worked with the health services. The number she gave me, so they're not giving us the contact. call Fast. I don't want to call Fast Fence. You guys can call Fast Fence, because I know they're saying that they're not Fast Fence, but I would rather. I think it's clear from the internet and their own websites and stuff that they are fast fence. But I think since they've denied it, I'm not going to do it on air. But you guys are more than welcome to call and get to the truth of that. But I think there's way more substantial. There's substantial evidence for you guys to call fast fence and to know that's fast fence. So you said the premier of Alberta is 780-427-2251. Let's give them a shot. I hope this is good content, guys. This seems like great content to me. This is better than the debates.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm calling them. Go ahead and mute your mic for me.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Thank you for calling the office of the Honorable Jason Kenney, Premier of Alberta. Please select from the following two options. For help to access a specific Government of Alberta program, service, or staff member, please press 1, and you will be transferred to the Citizen Services Contact Center for assistance. If you would like to speak to the receptionist for the Office of the Premier, please press 2.
Let's do that.
Thank you for calling the Office of Premier Kenny. Your call will be answered in the order it was received. Thank you for holding.
Calls may be recorded and used for quality and training purposes.
Thank you for calling the Office of Premier Kenny. We're experiencing unusually high call volumes at this time. Please try again later when our call volume may be lower. We apologize.
Well, I'll let it go. I'm not going to listen to that. Devin, I don't know if you heard that, but it said our call. We're experiencing unusually high call volumes right now.
Really? That is weird. That is weird.
That
high call volumes.
Yeah, so that's good. So keep at it, guys. Keep at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, team. Oh, like the Universal Church, right?
Yeah.
The old time on Facebook Live, on Discord.
Yeah, this is what I was telling you about earlier. I don't think there's ever been a time in the first world country where a church has been persecuted to this degree, and it is broadcasted and put out there. We're looking at one of the officers right now who's guarding a church from being entered,
Yeah, it's the emergency.
And I don't know, sir. I have a question for you. I'm really not trying to be provocative, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be taken that way no matter what. But what would make a police officer quit at this point? I'm just trying to figure out, because I don't know if I can. And it's funny because one of the officers earlier asked. He said he told me that they were hiring, and I said I don't think I'd pass the social media screening right now, but basically I'm just what would make an officer quit? If not this, I can't imagine what would make me walk off the job other than something like this. This is crazy. And I don't know whether you believe the public health restrictions have done help or not, but I don't see them doing any help, sir. I don't see how this is going to help. It's not going to help public perception of law enforcement, which as a Christian, I'm one of the last people left, I think, that supports law enforcement in this country, and I don't want that. I don't want that support taken from you guys, because we love you guys. Okay, I just needed you to know that. I'm very, very pro law enforcement when they're staying within their lanes that God has given them, and so. Thank you for all your service as well. But yeah, I don't know what would make you quit at this point if this isn't it.
Just take stress leave so you don't have to have the turmoil in your conscience.
He did not answer.
Go back and just stay there. I want to hear what the other guys are saying.
Okay, sorry.
It's valid. There's got to be stress going on. Yeah, a valid way out. Stress leave.
He's just saying go on stress leave, because then at least it wouldn't have to be. And oh man, our stress leave in Canada is pretty legit. They pay people on stress. It is like I could go on stress leave right now, but only 60% of my income or whatever. I can't remember what it is, right? But
wow.
It is. Yeah. So.
Yeah. It seems like the officers are about as quiet as what are the British soldiers that guard the palace guards in Britain. They're just standing there quiet, and I guess they don't exactly have to be stone faced because they have a mask covering themselves. But
427-2711. Give them that one. That many people may not be able to see.
427-2711.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we actually have an outside of Alberta call number for the Premier as well.
For those that are outside of Alberta?
Yeah, we could do that one too, if you want.
Okay, what is that number?
All right.
780.
That one is 7. Oh, yeah, do you want to talk?
Hi. 780.
Uh-huh.
427.
Uh-huh.
2711.
2711.
Yeah, that might be able
get through faster because the other one's probably pretty jammed up.
Okay. Yeah. So chat, you got that? You got that number, chat? 780-427-2711. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So call that. I'd be interested in hearing the chats if you call, and if anybody called Fast Fence and actually got an answer that they are Fast Fence.
I wonder.
I already called them, so I'm on the caller ID. I can't do it, but
there we go.
There did you fix it?
I did, man. Somehow.
Right. Now let me fix you.
Will, there's a way, you know.
Let me fix you some.
Oh yeah, sorry if you're.
No problem.
Yeah.
Now it's.
That's awesome. Okay, we don't need to look at me anyway. It's fine. Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Discord.
Try it again. Discord. There we go. We got it.
That's fine.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Yeah. Touching that, man. The content. It's going through the roof.
I'm gonna open it up a little bit.
Beautiful. Now the landscape mode is killing
There we go. Landscape mode.
Beauty. Yeah, as you can see, like more and more people are just coming, like slowly but surely. People are just trickling in.
Yeah,
a lot of the mainstream media video. They're all still here, actually. I mean, it is a developing story, right? Oh, we've got a police guy coming in here. He's wearing a mask by himself, so it's good. He waved. Oh. Like, what are these vehicles? I don't know, man. Chandra said that she saw people checking their guns, like their rifles, in a paddy wagon earlier. It seems unnecessary, but you know, I mean, Martin Luther hymns are pretty powerful, right? So they might want to shut down the Martin Luther hymns. I don't know. My kids are still in their pajamas. That's awesome. Oh my, they're having a great time. I mean, I won't film them too much because there's other people's kids there, but Matt, nope. Thank you. That one's mine that's screaming, so that's fun.
So guys, if you guys are just tuning in, we are live with Devin Davis outside of a GraceLife Church in Alberta, California, Canada. It's not CA. Canada.
Close.
Mine, pretty close. Pretty close. And this is a live coverage of GraceLife Alberta, Canada Church. It's been gated up by a company called Fast Fence, and also it has private security being hired by the government through Paladin. We're asking for people to contact those numbers if you can, and force them to get rid of and abandon their contracts because the worst thing to happen is when the private companies get involved and help shut down the churches. So we don't want that to happen at all. If you guys are watching, please share, get the word out. This is very important information because I don't think there's been a time in modern church history, maybe somebody can correct me, but I don't think there's been a time in modern church history where a church has been gated and the people have seen it be gated, and the police have a standing army outside of a church keeping people out, and it is being broadcasted for everybody to see. We are seeing that now. I think it's one of the first times in church history that we're actually witnessing this. It's really incredible to watch. It's really incredible to see. We need to keep everything going. Let's see. We need to keep information out. I believe somebody.
Yeah, we got. Look at these cars lined up now. It's wild. That's mostly supporters. There's media and stuff here, but it's mostly us.
Yeah, somebody sent me a message from the Fast Fence Rentals in Edmonton. And
awesome.
That number is correct. The number that we called, 780-448-0715. That is on the fastfence.com website, and it is listed. So I don't know what to say other than the fact that it seems like there might have been some dishonesty there.
Yeah, their personnel can't keep up with us.
Correct. Yeah. So
The email site didn't know to lie yet, right? Or the email page didn't know to lie yet. I
right.
guess.
The number that we called 780-448-0715. That is on the fast. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this guy's probably a big. Hey, Lance. So I'm live streaming with Marcus Pittman.
Oh yeah.
You wanna say anything?
No.
Okay. He's a big fan. Big fan.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, how's it going? What is he a member of the church there?
He is a member. Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell him we're all praying for them. There's a lot of people watching right now. They're praying for you too.
Yeah. How many people are viewing you right
150, but 135 have shared it. So I don't exactly think that those
Oh,
Facebook numbers are accurate with that share.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I got you. I've got it being shared through my page too, which had 250 of just me talking earlier. So
yeah.
Probably a lot more. Yeah.
Facebook has been known to suppress my live streams. They don't like them that much.
Yeah, weird. Hey, that's weird for sure. Yeah, the peaceful mob of love is forming here. So, I mean, there are some angry people here, but like that are a little more hostile. But we're like, well, I mean, in general, Canadians are pretty tame, right? So, this is pretty rowdy actually for us. Right? Yeah. Well,
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So again, for people that are just tuning in, it seems a lot more people are tuning in now. We are live with Devin Davis from GraceLife Church. He's a member there in Alberta, Canada. Fast Fence is the name of the rental company, Fast Fence, and they have put up fences around this church at the instructions of the Canadian government, and Paladin Security. Paladin Security is the private company they've hired to do 24/7 security to keep people from entering into their own property. This is an issue of property rights and all that. And so your phone's being flipped around again, Devin.
Sorry, man.
No problem.
Oh no. Okay.
There we go.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Yeah, it's terrible on my end, but that's okay.
Okay, it looks great for us, man.
That.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah. So as you can see, the members of GraceLife Church are gathered outside. A while back ago, they were singing hymns and praising God. And then what you can see is police out there standing around, just doing their jobs, as they say in the United States. They're just doing their jobs, and in this case, just doing their jobs means shutting down a church from meeting and not even letting them enter the building to get their personal possessions. Devin says that his bass, his musical instrument, is in the church, and he can't even get to his bass guitar. So that is something.
What they said is when they close down a building, they go in, they film everything that's there, and it basically just stays where it's at until we get our building back or whatever.
Now, do you guys have to have a warrant for them to enter private property in Canada?
Here's the thing: we've been told that they should have issued us some kind of paperwork, but we're really having a hard time navigating that because they gave us a church closure notice. I'm gonna have to put you down, buddy. Okay. They issued a church closure notice, and so I'm not sure how that works with like them coming down and locking it up after that. I don't fully understand how that works. We have been told by our local media from Rebel that she said that there should have been something issued to us physically. But I have no idea if that's true or not. We're not under a public health emergency, so they can no longer enter buildings freely. That's something to bring up. When we had our Public Emergency Act brought in, they could literally enter private businesses or private houses without a warrant at one point. So that's something to note that was actually happening in this country too, right? Is that people could call in and snitch on each other, and you could have police officers show up and break up a gathering in your house, and they could come in weren't. So that was going on in some places.
It seems like there's a lot more people out there now than when we first started this conversation.
It definitely keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people here I don't even know, honestly.
Yeah, I would say if anybody is within driving distance of this church in Alberta, that they should be out there now. They should be encouraging this church. Other Christians should come and encourage the church. They should bring food and meals. I saw that you had a wagon full of McDonald's being delivered, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
that lady is always about bringing the food to events. That's like
man.
Her spiritual gift.
Yeah, hey, man, that's a critical gift in church.
Yeah, no, it's very important during these times. It's been an amazing thing.
Yeah, I mean, recently we saw we saw a guy driving a truck that said "Unlock GraceLife." There seems to be another car coming out now.
Yeah, he's leaving. So this vehicle, I believe this is the same vehicle, has gone in and out several times. I think it's the same vehicle. I'm not really sure what it is that would require so much in and out. It's closed now. They're here guarding it. So why
have they confiscated stuff from the church?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's all just sitting in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they're doing anything like that. It's just like on lock. It's just like on lockdown until we come, air quotes again, come to a resolution with AHS and the public health orders, which means submit fully to them, right? And then like they like part of our conditions for the closure being lifted in the first place were fully complying, giving them a plan for reopening, and then they could approve it or not approve it, right? So that was and demonstrating that we've adjusted the church to meet all the restrictions, right? So we obviously never did any of that. We even have a social distancing area for people who want a social distance. By the way, that's something that's important to note. We do have that. Right. It's up on our balcony. They have glass around it, like it looks like it's just like any other place with like lame glass put up, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
No one actually thinks it does anything, but there are some people that wear masks to church, and they're still fully on our team, and they social distance from us because they're elderly, and they still wanted to come.
Yeah.
We weren't willing to take that away from them. They still wanted to come.
I don't think anyone in their right mind argues that people shouldn't, have the freedom to protect themselves as they want.
Yeah, that's the big difference, right? This term anti-masker, right? And it's like everything with anti in it, right? It's basically anti is a term that makes it negative, and it's like, no, we're non-maskers. You guys are anti-non-maskers. Like I don't care if you wear a surgical mask around. Have fun.
Yeah.
Right? Knock yourself out.
Yeah. It's interesting because you don't see that, the argument for my body, my choice being deployed anywhere, right? But this is a classic example of my body, my choice, which I think is an actual good thing. I don't think the government should be able to dictate what you do with your body. The baby's not a body, obviously. That's a completely separate person. But ultimately, that is a good policy for governments to have, is my body, my choice. And it's weird to see the liberals abandon that so quickly when they've been so passionate about it for 50 years. Yeah. But what we are seeing, for those that are new, we are seeing a church that has been gated up. The company that gated up at the request and contract of the government of Alberta is called Fast Fence. We had the number up, and we called them on the air a few minutes ago, and they told us that it was not they were not Fast Fence. But other people in the chat have seemed to show like Mari Povich that was a lie. So I took the number off, but Fast Fence in general, I think, is a national company. So any number you can call to contact Fast Fence and let them know that they are Fast Fence, you should. Also, the security company that is on scene 24 hours a day, that has been hired by the Alberta Police Department, is called Paladin Security. That number is available. We called them and they gave us a number to what they said was their supervisor, but it turned out just to be an employee of the Canadian health system or something along those lines. So none of those businesses, Paladin Security or Fast Fence, is really being honest with us about what's going on. And so it's interesting to note those sort of lies on behalf of those businesses. But I also believe Paladin is a company in America as well. I've heard that name before. So
oh man,
I think any way you can contact Paladin or Fast Fence are two national companies, at least in America, I believe they are. So we should call them and tell them to immediately stop serving the Canadian government and shutting down a church. And if you have a business that is using their services, you should immediately stop using them as well. There needs to be immediate ramifications for any company that's working with the government to shut down a church.
So I just wanted to show you, like, there's vehicles. I don't want to get this one with logos on it too much, but there's just vehicles like lining the street now, right? And we're kind of rural, so like they're filling a subdivision up, like where people live. Like it is bonkers. I just thought I'd go down there and get that shot to see how many cars are down there, right?
That's incredible. Yeah, it's incredible.
We've got our 10 passenger and 12 passenger homeschooling vans. You know, those are bringing like it's going mayhem here. So with the amount of people, anyway, it is, and this is great for a middle of the day kind of thing that just randomly happened. So
yeah. So obviously, I'm sorry guys, I haven't been paying attention to the YouTube chat. Mainly because YouTube is clearly suppressing my video, for sure. But so if you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to share it, comment in the chat, send super chats, whatever, and then really help boost the video and the algorithm would help a lot, so we can be out there on YouTube. But it's pretty incredible what we're seeing. This is, as I said, the first time a church has been shut down in modern times in a first world country where you can Facebook Live and broadcast the events that are happening. And I just felt that it was very important for us to use the tools that God has given us to really send the message and get it out there in a way that persecution has not been really documented in church history before. We have books on what happened, but we don't have live moment by moment video of it actually taking place. And this is a pretty incredible time. It's a pretty great time to live where we can see this. And as I said, the fact that we are allowed to broadcast this just shows the futility of the government in doing this, and that it's bringing attention. People are coming out there. The church is growing. The numbers are growing. Everything that is happening is actually working in opposite of what the government would want, and that's what happens. That's what happens when this takes place. There's another police car entering the property.
They have snacks for them. We tried to give them McDonald's, and they said
What's
no.
that guy's sign say? Is there a sign there?
Oh, if fascism reigns in Canada. Is that one? There's something on the back. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Yeah.
Very nice. So there's some other signs, but obviously it's funny because it seems like a lot of these people must have sheets of cardboard ready to go, so they can just make up a quick one. Because that's what we noticed. There's just people with quick makeshift signage too, right? But there's other people like this guy. He's got a solidly made one. So
yeah,
there you go.
Oh,
enough
man.
tyranny. That one.
Enough tyranny. It's a good sign. That's a good one.
Oh, see, here's our choice one. Look.
What's this?
See?
Our choice. Lest we forget. Yeah, it's really beautiful to see all the kids out there and playing and having fun with their families, and you guys have made an event out of this, and it's actually...
look at this van, look at it, or this look at it. She didn't just go to this is the same lady who brought the McDonald's, by the way.
What is that? Is that Tim Hortons? Is that boxes and dozens of Tim Hortons?
What is this weird foreign?
Wow.
Here you go. See?
Oh man.
And so, you know, oh wow, look, they got a blueberry sour cream glaze. That one's pretty sounds pretty diabetic inducing.
Yeah, that is that truck seems way more unhealthy than COVID right now.
Oh yeah, like anything, they got to ban this.
Right, for real.
Put a restriction on the donuts these people are eating.
Yeah,
because I mean, we all understand that. Like that's another thing, right? Like, who's the primary people being affected that aren't old by COVID? People that eat lots of donuts. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that is interesting.
Man, this stream's gonna turn into a mukbang real quick.
I know there is a couple places up there that have, or down there, I should say, that have Tim Hortons, right? Like, doesn't Idaho have Tim Hortons, or is it Ohio?
Well, I think in the northern states near the Canadian border there are some Tim Hortons, and
because
they're owned by Burger King, aren't they?
Yes, correct. One of my American friends sent me his roll up the rim cup one time, which I don't know if you know what that is, but you squish the cup after you drink it, and it says you want a donut or a coffee or a car or whatever. And it was funny because ours always have French on it, right? And he rolled his up, and it just said "win" in English, and I was like, God bless America, you know, there's pure English everywhere. It's beautiful. I'm not a fan of bilingualism. Is basically. Oh, come on. Did it just mess it up again? What's going on here?
I think it's fine right there.
Oh, we got her. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah. Tilting it back and forth fixes it. Sometimes it makes it worse.
Yeah.
So we're just rolling with it.
Yeah. And so those guys with the mask, you said you weren't really sure what their role is?
Yeah.
Those guys on your right?
Those ununiformed guys. I'm not sure. They did come to our rally. I'm sure that they would tell me what their role is. Like,
okay, but you don't think they work for the government?
Well, yeah, I imagine they do. He's got an earpiece in. I believe they're government officials. I'm just not sure what level of law enforcement. Right.
Oh, right. Are there any other media crews out there?
Sorry.
Are there any other media crews out there?
Oh yeah, like we've got all like our city news, global, CTV. I think CBC's way down there.
Okay.
You know, doing a government approved style, and then we've got Sheila Gunn Reid from Rebel over here.
Okay.
And like I don't know if you've heard of Rebel News.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, right. So we've even had Ezra Levant come to church. He like literally flew here because he had a meeting, and he.
Are the gates set up around the entire perimeter of the entire church property?
So yes, yeah, they've got it set up on wheels here, so I can walk down this side of the property here and show you again what it is. They've got it so that they'll be able to set it up like fence panels on wheels, so they can open and shut it and lock it. But it is enclosed from all ends, 100%. And then they've got this
And for those that are watching, that fence was set up by Fast Fence. You saw that earlier on the stream. The truck was leaving.
Maybe if I walk around the building, I can get a shot of their actual logo and stuff, because it is on some of the fence panels.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's see, right? Because I can see one over there, but so that is common. They'll just have random ones in their pile with their logo on it. So.
You guys are watching true investigative journalism right now, happening live at GraceLife Church in Alberta, Canada.
It's hilarious.
So that's a Paladin security truck. That's a private security company that was hired by the government to keep people out of the church. You should contact Paladin Security, whether it's a United States office or a Canada office, preferably a Canada office if you can. And then you guys can see, how high is that fence? Is it about 12 feet?
Definitely like 10 at least.
10 feet. Yeah,
10 yeah, it's at least 10. Yeah, it's at least 10.
Yeah, it's so funny because, man, I could swear that fences didn't keep people out.
Yeah, well, you know.
So there's something on there.
I'll be worried when they put up permanent fence with the barbed wire facing.
Is there a sign on that fence?
Oh, I think there is. I think I'll get lucky here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to step foot on that corner, but
Okay.
And they're probably watching me. Yeah, they're watching me. But that's fine. Even if I'm there for like 5 seconds, they'll probably just be nice. Although I might be the target today because I've been live streaming so much. And who knows? I might be the sacrificial lamb today as the event organizer or something, right? Oh, yeah. There you go. Anywhere number. So
there's an anywhere number?
Yeah, it's an anywhere number. So I am on the property.
It is Fast Fence.
So that's the logo.
It is. It's 480-448-0715. 780-448-0715. Hey, that's the number I put up, man.
Weird. Check that anywhere number though, guys.
Well, we got
American friends. The 888.
But that's the number we called, and they said they were not Fast Fence.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, there you go. They must they haven't updated their signs yet. That's all. Right? So you've got 888.
Yeah, what's that number? 888.
The other number is 888-987-3278.
Okay. That I want to put the number up where they told us that they were not Fast Fence, because I feel like
all right, you've got enough there, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they were obviously lying. It's on the fence. It's on the website. It's listed on the Fast Fence corporate website.
It must have just exploded with negative.
They must have. They said, "Oh, this is not Fast Fence. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, so I think we've got more than 100 people watching. Okay, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know. Sure. I've been getting texts like, "Hey, are you okay? Don't mention guns." And I'm like, "Oh no, no one has. We don't have guns. The police have the guns. You know, like." If they wanted to, they could end this anytime they want violently.
Yeah, for those that are just tuning in, a while back ago, we listed two numbers. Paladin is the private security that's being hired by the Canadian government, and then we listed Fast Fence, which is the company that put up the fences around the church. And we called both of them. Paladin gave us a number to a director of Health for Canada. When we asked to speak to a supervisor, they gave us a wrong number. And then Fast Fence told us that they were not Fast Fence. When everything listed on the website said that they were, Google said that they were, everything said that they were, and now we just got evidence that in fact they are the company listed on the gate itself. So somebody called and it was a fence company that picked up. So that is the number. We were right. We were just lied to.
You know what I did notice that's interesting is that they do only have that that black tarping on the inside fence only halfway around. So I guess they just don't want people to see the front of the building. It's very weird. It's a weird thing that they would put that up. I don't know. It just makes the wind catch it worse. Really
let's you know what we can do. I can look it up real quick. A really good way is, of course, Twitter.
Oh man, I can't believe that me. I'm just involved with this stuff. It's the weirdest experience of my life. And it's funny because all the Christians that I expected to be supporting GraceLife are the ones. You know, I know you guys. I knew Apologia. I knew James White would talk about it. I knew, and obviously he is Apologia now. I understand that. But just all those guys, they would be the ones that are supporting us, right? MacArthur, all those dudes. And so it's just been an amazing thing that it confirms that even though there's differences theologically on issues, that we're all so united on this ecclesiology issue, right?
Right, that's right.
It's really cool that literally I have not been surprised by any group that has disagreed with us. It's been I knew Gospel Coalition would put out a super milquetoast bland article that doesn't actually take a stance, right? I knew that, right? So it's been cool to just see all the people that I thought would be supporting us are. No surprises.
Right. Right.
Lots of diesel trucks in this area. That's like our thing.
Well, this is really amazing to see. It's really incredible to watch.
It's just
this
more and
sort
more
of happen
people
in real time.
More and more all the time.
Look at the little kids. See, even kids are having a
not
great.
Scared. Their parents haven't made them scared. Hey, can I ask you something?
Yes.
If you're okay with that. Those two guys in the street clothes. Do you know who they work for?
They're RCMP.
Okay, because they were at our rally there a couple weeks ago. They're like higher up.
Well, they're considered community conflict management. So they're the voice piece of the RCMP.
Okay.
So they're here for crowd management.
Okay.
Will they talk to us?
Do you think they'd talk to us?
Probably.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I can't get any straight answers out of them.
Okay. Yeah, it's all the same kind of guarded language, right? They need to remain. They need to come across neutral, like they're not, We
have a couple that have said I have my own opinions.
Yes.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah, exactly. We believe that anyone who's saying I have my own opinions, that means that they totally disagree with what they're doing and they need to stop it.
That is not true. I have my own opinions, but I'm still doing the job. I wouldn't. I
totally get what you're saying. The point is that, like, you know what? Like, the people of the world, we know they're going to be cowards when their incomes are attacked, right?
Yeah.
We know that they're good. Like, they'd rather load me into a train cart than quit the job, right? Like, how scary is that? Like, Nazis probably would have been killed if they disobeyed orders. These guys are just losing a paycheck, right? So isn't that almost worse on some levels?
Well, yeah, I mean, like what we're seeing here is absolutely the police just doing their jobs in the worst possible instance. There's always, we talk about when we're outside of the abortion clinics and we're dealing with police, we always ask them, well, would you have done this for Nazi Germany or whatever? But this is a real life practical example of when the church and state are in a legitimate conflict. It is the responsibility of the police officers to speak out against this. And we came out and people came out and they're against Black Lives Matter, they're against defund the police, but there's a lot of truth that people have with like police overstepping their bounds, and that's the sort of small flame that grows into those larger national movements. And it's good for us as Christians to sit there and say, no, there is a problem with police who just do their job no matter the legalities of it. Like, there is a serious ethical problem, and that's why it's not good for us to come hard and fast on the thin blue line. And it's also, we shouldn't go hardcore on the BLM line. There is a middle ground as Christians that we should walk in, that police have a responsibility and they have a boundary as to what is just and unjust and what they should punish. What they're doing right now is unjust, and each one of these police officers who has not left and who has volunteered to be here will be held accountable on Judgment Day for this time. Like, there's just no question about it.
Oh man, like, there's just more people walking in all the time.
Fantastic. And I would encourage anybody that's watching the stream, if you're within a few hours of Alberta, you should get out there, support this church.
It is an amazing, it's an amazing thing because it's just a slow trickle, so I don't notice it. I just, every now and then I turn around and it just feels more dense.
Right? Yeah, and I would be at a loss with the company I'm starting, Lore.tv. We are creating a platform that is in opposition to cancel culture when it comes to streaming media and movies and films and TV shows. But what you're experiencing right there in Canada is indeed cancel culture by the government towards Christians. So it doesn't just stop in Hollywood. It doesn't just stop with certain companies canceling employees. The government does it too. The government does what the people do. And if the people are canceling people, even if it's in Hollywood or Los Angeles or television or whatever, if the people are canceling people, then it just comes to show that the government will do it too. It does flow upstream. Government is upstream from what the people want. And so this is the consequences of cancel culture. This is what the Twitter mobs really get for their desires just to cancel people's social media accounts. This is exactly what you see. So you guys are heroes out there.
Thank you.
You guys really are heroes. You guys are standing up to cancel culture, even at the height of the government doing the canceling. This is exactly what is happening, and people need to come together and fight against it.
Oh, wow. And, oh, man, like we've got like cars being pulled over a little bit too or something. I don't know really what's happening here, but we have seen a couple people pulled over for coming through this area. I'm not exactly sure why, but it did sound like our street law enforcement. Are you out of here?
No, I'm staying all day.
Okay, sweet.
I just find a bathroom. I've been
Okay, yeah. You should ask them if you can use one of the porta potties. Like we're paying for it, I'm assuming. So if it were up to me, you would absolutely be able to use that porta potty. This is Sheila Gunn Reed.
Hi, Sheila.
She works for Rebel.
Hi, Sheila. We hope you find a restroom.
She's been a big supporter. Much to your chagrin, I bought her a MacArthur Study Bible a couple weeks ago. Marcus Pittman. So he would be
with Fight Laugh Feast Network and Cross Politic.
Yeah, you attended Apologia for years, right?
Did you?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
I like Apologia.
And now he's moved to
Oh,
Moscow.
yeah. Well, nice to meet you. Yeah, I did all their video production and stuff for the first 5 years. So
yeah, she's been listening to some of the cultish stuff too, I think, right?
I've listened to everything Cultish does, and I eagerly await the new release. For example, Black Hebrew Israelites. Yes.
I'm sure Andrew and Jeremiah are going to be super excited about that. Thanks for the work you're doing out here and helping bring this attention. It's really important, and we're glad to see some media that's on the church's side.
And I appreciate the trust that the church has in me to tell the other side of the story, their side of the story, the full story. Because,
great job.
I understand their skepticism of media, that's for sure. I share it.
I am
as you should.
Media. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
The tables have turned.
I gotta go. Though.
Okay, you go.
Sheila, you got some of those buttons?
No, I don't.
So, well, that was fun.
Yeah. So
I'm sure the cultish crew will get a kick out of that. So
yeah, absolutely. And like you can, that is another person we can be praying for. She is Roman Catholic. So we have
just keep listening to cultish.
Yeah. I did explain to her that the biggest problem with all cults is works-based salvation.
Right. That's right.
Just kind of dropping seeds and hints for her.
She'll get there.
But like the thing, we love her, right? We're trying to evangelize her gently, and she just keeps coming and hearing the gospel, right? So like she's been at our church for months. She's like a regular attender at this point, right? So it's been and it's not even, she's not even filming inside the church or anything anymore, right? So we can be praying for her. Let your supporters know, right? Well, they're hearing me, I guess, but you know, we're here to evangelize the lost as well. And this just keeps getting bigger. Every time I look up, there's people I've never seen before. So it just keeps gathering. I'm sure when work's out, it's going to get real crazy. At 4:00 and 5:30, I bet you it's going to get pretty wild.
Right.
So my wife lovingly brought me another charge pack, which is fun. So I have two. So I don't know how long I can keep this live stream going, but
hey man, I think now is a good time as any to shut it down, shut the live stream down. Thank you for allowing us so much of your time out there, and we really appreciate it. Devin Davis from Alberta, Canada, member of GraceLife Church. Thank you so much, guys. This has been really phenomenal and fantastic, and we thank you for tuning in and being a part of it. Please make sure you contact Paladin Security and Fast Fence and have them surrender their contracts to the government here. It's really important. But Devin, I'm gonna end the stream now, man. It's been great talking to you. Really appreciate that time. All right.
All right, man. Thank you for the support and just putting a light on it.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Really appreciate you guys and all you're doing. Thank you.
No problem. Stay in touch. Keep us updated, man. We'll continue doing this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. That was Devin Davis in Alberta. As you can see, the church has been shut down as a result of the government there, fenced in completely. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and following, and please continue to share this even after the stream is over. Share it in Facebook groups, share it on YouTube, and email. Email is a great way to share it and bypass the Facebook algorithm. And also be sure to check out lore.tv and we're against cancel culture in Hollywood because as I said, it goes up. So go to lore.tv, put your email in there, and you can keep up to date on the business I'm building to stop cancel culture in Hollywood. And thanks again.